Press play.
Replay. Replay. Replay.
You're watching Play Replay with Async. So today I want to talk about my review of Deadpool Wolverine. This video is going to be spoiler free. I'll probably do a spoiler review later. So I just wanted to get into it right now, but before I do that, please hit that subscribe button because this channel needs that greatly. Everybody who does a YouTube video always asks that of people, so it's not too much for me to ask for you to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notifications whenever I make a new video. That being said, let's get to the actual review. Now, Deadpool Wolverine, first off, I don't like to support Disney. I want to get that out there first and foremost. But Deadpool is a Fox franchise that they got sucked up by the giant corporation Disney. And I just kind of wanted to see what this movie's like, considering it's the first real rated R Marvel film now. So I broke my little protocol of never supporting Disney. And I'm a hypocrite. You can yell at me all you want on the comments, whatever. I'm not going to go to see any other Marvel movies, or I should say Disney movies. But I went to see this one because I'm just curious, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are very curious of this. I think without me, this movie still makes $1 billion because it's just the character of Deadpool and then Wolverine coming back in this one. I think that's going to get a lot of butts and seats no matter what. So that being said, I want to get into the review. This is a non-spoiler review, okay? So this movie, the commercials already tell you that the TVA or whatever it is anyway, is going to be in this. And that's from Disney Plus. That's not an actual thing from any movies, as far as I know. So it kind of already makes you go to Disney, supposedly, and watch Loki season 1 and 2 or whatever, so you can kind of get what's going on with that. Now, I did see Loki season 1 back when I was still on board with Marvel, but I didn't think it was the greatest thing in the world. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great because it did make some things in Endgame kind of seem a little stupid. But so this movie kind of uses that as a bridge to kind of get to these other places in the multiverse, which we're tired of. Which there's a little clip in this movie. I'll just kind of a little spoiler, not really, but where they kind of make fun of the multiverse. And this movie makes fun of Marvel and Disney just really well. So this movie is kind of like the middle finger to Marvel and Disney, which I think is great. There's a lot of funny parts kind of doing that toward what Disney has done to the Marvel franchise and all that stuff. So it's very funny, and Deadpool does a great job as talking as one of us, kind of saying, well, this, that, and the other thing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how it's kind of gone downhill since Endgame. There's all that stuff in here. But overall, I think that the story is kind of stupid, but because of Deadpool and Wolverine have such good charisma back and forth, the movie is actually really good because of that. I mean, I just think that these two characters back and forth with each other throughout the whole film, it's a buddy movie, kind of. I mean, they're obviously fighting with each other, but that's the funny part of the movie. And it doesn't actually do any harm to what we already had with Wolverine. So it's actually a very good dealing with that stuff, and it's very good at dealing with other things in the Fox universe in general, and it kind of ties in all these things and kind of mixes it up. But I don't think it's going to save Marvel Disney in any way whatsoever. I think that they're still going to have problems, and a lot of people are probably not going to go see their movies. I know their Disney Plus stuff that they got coming out in the next few things, nobody's going to watch that stuff, I don't think at all, so it doesn't matter. And I think that this movie is just kind of like one of those weird little anomalies, I guess, that kind of will do well because of the character, because people like what Deadpool does. As a character, he talks to us, the viewer. And it's kind of funny because being that type of a character, you can kind of reflect the real world as well as playing in the same sandbox as the Marvel Disney stuff now. So that's kind of cool. But this movie really doesn't, I don't think I'm spoiling anything, but you don't really see this thing really mix in with the Marvel universe as so much as the Fox universe and just kind of deal with that stuff. Now, I'm not going to give away any cameos or any of that stuff. You can wait for the spoiler review for that. But there is some cameos, and none of it is insulting. None of it is like in the past where there's a horrible thing that happens to them immediately. Well, there is a little, but I'm not going to get into that. But I'm saying that it doesn't actually reflect bad on the characters that show up as like a spoiler type of cameo type of thing. And there are some really funny moments dealing with these other things that happen. But I would say that I mean, I don't like to advise people to go see a Disney movie nowadays after all the garbage that Disney has been doing to these franchises and just kind of just destroying things now. But I would say if there was one, I would say to go see, Deadpool Wolverine would be it. But most people who hear me say that are already either not going to see it or are going to see it. So my point of view doesn't change anything. I'm a nobody on the internet. I'm just giving my thoughts on this, my opinions, and that's it. So, but I just kind of wanted to throw this out there as a quick spoiler-free review and just kind of say that the movie's entertaining. It's very good. There's some actual heart in this movie. It's very connected to the Deadpool movies, and it deals with a lot of that stuff, and you get to find out the outcome of some of the things that happen in those movies. And then you get Wolverine in this, and he's as much of a main character as Deadpool. And there are some very aware sequences where they know what the fans have thought in the past, and they try to fix those things that people were mad about. So that's a plus. I mean, that makes me really happy. And the movie theater was mostly full for me, and I imagine it's been that way everywhere. So, and it seemed like everybody was laughing at the right scenes. Everybody seemed to enjoy this. I mean, when did we get a comedy in the last couple of years that makes everybody laugh? Well, this movie does that, okay? And there's some cameos that you just love, and there are those in this. I'm not going to get into who or what. I'm not going to spoil it. But I just want to say there are some very lovable things that happen in this movie that you're like, this is great. And even the movie knows it's great, so they actually use that near the end, and you're just like, yeah, that's what everyone would want. That's what everyone feels. So it's like, I'm not going to explain it. I'm kind of messing it up. But anyway, it's a good movie. I would say go to see it if you wanted to see the movie. If you don't want to see it, I'm not going to tell you don't. I agree with you that we shouldn't support Disney. So I'm on both sides of the fence here, and I really am a hypocrite for going to see it. I'll admit that right up front. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.